Hi everybody, it's Tuesday afternoon, the day after Labor Day. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I figured today would be a great day to show you guys how I make some of my bows for my wreaths and my round signs, and just other things I use or make and stuff to decorate around the house. So I know I posted like 15 I made last week, and I figured that'd be a great opportunity to show you guys exactly how I make them. These two right here on the side, these are my smaller bows that we're actually gonna be making today. I'll be sharing the lengths I use for each of these. So these I use for my round signs, and this one right here is a bigger bow. We're not gonna make this one, but just kind of show you an example of some of the bows I make. And this one, a little bigger ones, I usually make for my wreaths. So you can see here, this is only 2-layer, 2 and 1. This one is a 3-layer, so it's 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna apologize now. My kids are in the background. You might hear my little one throwing a tantrum because she's not getting what she wants. She just turned 3 like 2 weeks ago and is a big brat. So, let's see here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it actually 2 different ways. I am going to make it the first way. I usually make all my bows with a Bowdabra, but not everybody has one of these. Not everybody wants to buy one of these, and you know, if you're going to only make one here and there, this is probably the best way for you to do it. So the second way I make, or the way I'm going to make them, is actually with the Bowdabra. So the first one was without. So this, I already pre-cut everything of this little red truck fall ribbon with the pumpkins inside. So I am going to make this one first and show you how I do it. What you're gonna need is, you're gonna need a ruler, some good scissors, especially for your ribbon, zip tie or some type of twine, ribbon, or other type of string that you can use, and then also some good ribbon. Make sure that, I like to use a 2-inch ribbon, and make sure it has a wired edge, because the wired edge is you're gonna be able to mess with it and make it fluff up the way you want it to. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to show you how I cut my my ribbons and the sizing and all. So first thing I do is I cut 13 inches. So I usually start off with my 13 inches, and this is gonna be my tail. I cut it in half and I make a little dovetail, which I'll show you in my second step, or in the second bow I make. I already made it for this one, so that's pretty much what I do. Then I do 2 18-inch lengths, okay? And this is gonna be for my loops. These are gonna be the bigger loops right here in the back. Then I'm going to cut another 15-inch loop. And then lastly, I just cut anywhere between 8 to 11, okay? So this is, just bear with me because this is a little tough, because you only have 2 hands and it requires a lot of maneuvering and pinching and so forth. So I take my tail, it's already cut, and I fold it in half, okay? I'm gonna try and bring it down so that it stays down for the bottom part of my bow. Next, I'm going to take my 18-inch ribbon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a loop where it overlaps. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have it overlapping right here slightly, maybe about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. And then I just push it down and fold it and then kind of stack it. Hope you guys can see how I did that. I'm going to do the same thing with my second 18-inch piece, and do it the exact same way. And this is making the loops for my bow. And I'm going to just kind of gather it and have it pinched right here in the middle. That's all I'm doing, is just pinching it in the middle. The next thing I'm gonna do is get my 15-inch piece and make that into a loop. And just gather at the middle, lay it on top, popped out, and then just pinch it. You guys see how I'm doing that? The next thing I'm gonna do, the last piece, is I'm gonna make a different type of loop. So this is gonna be like my centerpiece of my bow. So all I'm gonna do is fold it in half, and then I'm gonna pinch it right there, almost towards the end, and lay it on top of everything. Okay, so do you guys see how I have everything kind of layered? Then I'm gonna get a zip tie. You can use a string, you can use whatever you have. I'm gonna use my zip tie, and I'm gonna start gathering everything, wrap it around, struggling a little bit. And then I'm just going to pull it through. And I'm just gonna turn it around and zip tie it as tight as I can. So, see here, have it zip tied in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and get wire cutters to cut this part off. I'm sure your scissors can work, but use my wire cutters. Then you're gonna see that each loop begins to form as part of the bow. And here is my smaller end. I'm going to cut this extra piece off right here that's hanging on my middle part, and I'm just going to kind of fold it over and flatten it a little bit while still poofing it out. So you can see here, I made myself a cute little bow. And again, I use these for my round signs that I make, and I put greenery around it so it fits in perfectly. And I just pop it up. So that's my first way. I'm going to do the exact same thing. This time I am going to use my Bowdabra. Now I just want to start off by saying I have no affiliation with Bowdabra. Just want to show you guys exactly the tools I use. What I do first is the Bowdabra actually comes with this wire ribbon that's really useful, especially for making big bows. I just get about, I want to say I get about, go a little smaller, 14. Oh, well, actually more than that. I get about 30 inches and just cut. It's just folded in half. So it's about 30 inches, but I just have it folded in half. Can you see there? What I'm going to do next is just fold it or slide it through this middle portion and lay it underneath. And then I am just going to lay it in my Bowdabra like that, because that's what's going to tie all my pieces together. I did the exact same measurements for my ribbon. I'm just going to cut a 13-inch to make so I can show you guys how I make the tails. All I'm going to do is fold it in half, and I'm going to fold it in half again, and I'm just going to use some really good scissors and cut down diagonally. When it comes apart, you're going to see a cute little dovetail, fishtail, dovetail, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to fold it in half and pinch it down. See, the thing I like about the Bowdabra is it pinches it for me. Now it depends on how big you want your tail to be. Again, I did 13 because this is going to be going on one of my round signs. So I want it a little shorter so it's not blocking the wording I used. I do the same thing. I have two 18-inch cuts. Then I have a 15 and then a smaller between 8 and 10. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, except I have the Bowdabra here to help me. So I folded it in half, made a loop, and then pinched it, and then just popped it through. Do the same thing with my next 18-inch piece to make my second loop. Now, the thing I like about the Bowdabra, which I don't necessarily use all the time, but I have this middle piece right here that you can push down on your ribbon on to make sure that your bows start fluffing. Again, you want to make sure you use some good ribbon, wired ribbon, so that the edge comes up and it helps to form that loop. Next, I'm going to get my 15-inch piece, do the exact same thing, put it through. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with my last piece, just fold it in half. I'm going to try and maybe go a little bit further because I like that middle truck piece. I want that to be the center of my bow. And I'm just going to cinch it right there and put it through. So you can see here, it has my bow in place. Then I'm going to grab the two pieces, or the piece I cut, and I'm just going to pull it through my loop and slowly pull up. Just kind of tie it tight. Then I'm going to bring it around and tie it to the back part as well. Pull these down. Is it going the right way? Let's see. Yeah, pull it down this way. And I'm just going to tie it. Double tie it there. So you see when I turn it around, it has everything tied together. I probably could have cut my strings maybe instead of 30, maybe 26, because I cut off quite a bit. Just want to make sure I have enough. And then I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the first bow, and then just kind of get my loops going, start forming my loops. Now I'm also going to cut this piece off as well. And so you're going to have a little piece right there. And then I'm just going to fix my bow. So this part is in the middle, and then this piece is in the middle. So you might have to go back through and fluff it again, but sometimes it's easier to go from the middle going down. But there you go. That is my second bow with the Bowdabra. And here's my first. So very similar. It just depends on what you're making and if you want to invest in a Bowdabra or not. I think I checked earlier, it was $20. So, you know, if you're gonna be making quite a bit, it might be a good investment. If you're not, it's okay. You can use other things. You saw how easy it was just for me to use a ruler, some good ribbon, some good scissors, and a zip tie or string. I hope you guys liked this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please share and let me know that you do appreciate it, and I'll be sure to share more. I appreciate you guys watching, and let me know what you guys want to see more of. I'll definitely be happy to show them. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.